Where is he?
I did not see him since.
See where he is, who's with him, what he does. I did not send you. If you find him sad, say I am dancing. If in mirth, report that I am sudden sick. Quick and return.
Madam, methinks if you did love him dearly, you do not hold the method to enforce the like from him.
What should I do? I do not.
In each thing, give him way. Cross him in nothing.
Ah, thou teachest like a fool the way to lose him.
Tempt him not so too far. I wish forbear. In time, we hate that which we fear. Here comes Antony.
I am sick and sullen.
I'm sorry to give breathing to my purpose.
Help me away, dear Charmian. I shall fall. It cannot be thus long. The sides of nature will not sustain it.
Now, my dearest queen...
Pray thee, stand farther from me.
What's the matter?
I know by that same eye there's some good news. What? Says the married woman, you may go. Would she had never given you leave to come. Let her not say it is I that keep you here. I have no power upon you. Hers you are.
The gods best
Never
know.
was queen so mightily betrayed. Yet at the first I saw the treasons plant.
Cleopatra.
Why should I think you can be mine and true? Though you in swearing shake the throned gods who have been false to Fulvia. Riotous madness to be entangled with these mouth-made vows which break themselves in swearing.
Most sweet queen.
May pray you, seek no colour for your going, but bid farewell and go. When you sued staying, then was the time for words. No going then. Eternity was in our lips and eyes. Bliss in our brows bent, none our parts so poor, but was a race of heaven. They are so still, or thou, the greatest soldier of the world, art turned the greatest liar.
Oh, now, lady!
How would I have thy inches? Thou shouldst know there were a heart in it.
Hear me, queen. The strong necessity of time commands our services a while, but my full heart remains in use with you. Our Italy shines o'er with civil swords. Sextus Pompeius makes his approaches to the port of Rome. Equality of two domestic powers breeds scrupulous faction. My more particular, and that which most with you should safe my going, is Fulvia's death.
Though age from folly could not give me freedom, it does from childishness. Can Fulvia die?
She's dead, my queen. Look here, and at thy sovereign leisure read the garboils she awakes. At the last best, see when and where she died.
O most false love, where be the sacred vials thou shouldst fill with sorrowful water? Now I see, in Fulvia's death how mine received shall be.
Quarrel no more, but be prepared to know the purposes I bear, which are or cease, as you shall give the advice. By the fire that quickens Nyla's slime. I go from hence thy soldier servant, making peace or war as thou affects.
Cut my lace, Charmian, come. No, let it be. I am quickly ill and well, so Antony loves.
My precious queen, forbear and give true evidence to his love, which stands an honorable trial.
So Fulvia told me. I prithee turn aside and weep for her, then bid adieu to me, and say the tears belong to Egypt. Good, now play one scene of excellent dissembling, and let it look like perfect honor.
You heap my blood. No more.
You can do better yet, but this is meetly.
Now by my sword.
And target still he mends. But this is not the best. Look, prithee, Charmian, how this Herculean Roman doth become the carriage of his chafe.
I'll leave you, lady.
Courteous lord, one word. Sir, you and I must part. But that's not it. Sir, you and I have loved. But there's not it, that you know well. Something it is I would... Oh, my oblivion is of very Antony, and I am all forgotten.
But that your royalty holds idleness your subject, I should take you for idleness itself.
'Tis sweating labor to bear such idleness, so near the heart as Cleopatra this. But, sir, forgive me. since my becomings kill me when they do not lie well to you. Your honor calls you hence. Therefore be deaf to my unpitied folly, and all the gods go with you. Upon your sword sit laurel victory, and smooth success be strewed before your feet.
Let us go. Come. Our separation so abides and flies that thou residing here goest yet with me, and I hence fleeting here remain with thee. Away.
You may see, Lepidus, and henceforth know, it is not Caesar's natural vice to hate our great competitor. From Alexandria, this is the news. He fishes, drinks, and wastes the lamps of night in revel, is not more manlike than Cleopatra, nor the queen of Ptolemy more womanly than he. Hardly gave audience, vouchsafe to think he had partners. You shall find there a man who is the abstract of all faults that all men follow.
Oh, I must not think there are faults in all to darken all his goodness. His faults in him seem as the spots of heaven, more fiery by night's blackness, hereditary rather than purchased, what he cannot change than what he chooses.
You are too indulgent. Let's grant it is not amiss to tumble on the bed of Ptolemy, to give a kingdom for a mirth, to sit and keep the turn of tippling with a slave, to reel the streets at noon, and stand the buffet with knaves that smell of sweat. Say this becomes him, as his composure must be rare indeed, whom these things cannot blemish. Yet must Antony no way excuse his foils, when we do bear such great weight in his lightness. If he filled his vacancy with voluptuousness, full surfeits and the dryness of his bones, call on him forth. But to confound such time that drums him from his sport, and speaks as loud as his own state and ours, 'tis to be chid, as we rate boys, who being mature in knowledge pawn their experience to their present pleasure, and so rebel to judgment.
Here's more news.
Thy biddings have been done, and every hour, most noble Caesar, shalt thou have report how 'tis abroad. Pompey is strong at sea, and it appears that he is beloved of those that only have feared Caesar. To the ports the discontents repair, and men's reports give him much wronged.
I should have known no less, for it hath been taught us from the primal state that he which is was wished until he were, and the ebbed man ne'er loved till ne'er worth love comes deared by being lacked.
Caesar, I bring thee word. Menecrates and Minos, famous pirates, makes the sea serve them, which they ear and wound with keels of every kind. No vessel can peep forth, but 'tis as soon taken as seen, for Pompey's word strikes more than could his war resist it.
Antony, leave thy lascivious wassels, when thou once wast beaten from Modena, where thou slewest Hirtius and Pansa, consuls. At thy heel did famine follow whom thou fought'st against. Thou daintily brought up with patience more than savages could suffer. On the Alps, it is reported thou didst eat strange flesh, which some did die to look on. And all this, it wounds thine honor that I speak it now, was born so like a soldier, thy cheek as much as lanked not.
'Tis pity of him.
Let his shames quickly drive him to Rome. 'Tis time we twain did show ourselves in the field, and to that end assemble we immediate council. Pompey thrives in our idleness.
Tomorrow, Caesar, I shall be furnished to inform you rightly, both what by sea and land I can be able to front the present time.
Till which encounter it is my business too. Farewell.
Farewell, my lord. Oh, what you shall know meantime of stirs abroad, I shall beseech you, sir, to let me be partaker.
Doubt not, sir. I knew it for my bond.
Charmian,
Madam?
Give me to drink mandragora,
Why, madam?
that I might sleep out this great gap of time my Antony is away.
You think of him too much.
Oh, 'tis treason.
Madam, I trust not so.
Thou, eunuch Mardian,
What is your highness' pleasure?
I'm not allowed to hear thee sing. I take no pleasure in aught an eunuch has. 'Tis well for thee that being unseminared thy freer thoughts cannot fly forth of Egypt. Hast thou affections?
Yes, gracious madam.
Indeed.
Well, not indeed, madam, for I can do nothing but what indeed is honest to be done. Yet have I fierce affections, and think what Venus did with Mars.
Oh, Charmian, where thinkst thou he is now? Stands he, or sits he? Or does he walk, or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse, to bear the weight of Antony. Do bravely, horse, for what'st thou whom thou movest? The demi-atlas of this earth, the arm and burgonet of men. He's speaking now, or murmuring, where's my serpent of old Nile, for so he calls me. And now I feed myself with most delicious poison. Think on me that am with Phoebus' amorous pinches, black and wrinkled deep in time.
Sovereign of Egypt, hail!
How much unlike art thou, Marc Antony, yet coming from him, that great medicine hath with his tinct gilded thee. How goes it with my brave Marc Antony?
Last thing he did, dear queen, he kissed, the last of many doubled kisses, this orient pearl.
Oh.
His words stick in my heart.
Mine ears must pluck them thence.
Good friend, quoth he, say the firm Robin to great Egypt sends this treasure of an oyster, at whose foot, to mend the petty present, I will piece her opulent throne with kingdoms. All the East, say thou, shall call her mistress. So he spoke, and soberly did mount an arm-gone steed, who neighed so high that what I would have spoke was beastly done by him.
What was he, sad or merry?
Like to the time of year between the extremes of hot and cold, he was nor sad nor merry.
Oh, well divided disposition. Note him, good Charmian, 'tis the man, but note him. He was not sad, for he would shine on those that make their looks by his. He was not merry, which seemed to tell them his remembrance lay in Egypt with his joy. But between both, oh, heavenly mingle. Be'st thou sad or merry, the violence of either thee becomes, so does it no man else. Medst thou my posts?
Aye, madam, 20 several messengers. What do you send so thick?
Who's born that day that I forget to send to Antony shall die a beggar. Ink and paper, Charmian. Welcome, my good Alexis. Did I, Charmian, ever love Caesar so?
Oh, that brave Caesar.
Be choked with such another emphasis. Say the brave Antony.
The valiant Caesar.
By Isis, I will give thee bloody teeth if thou would Caesar, paragon again, my man of men.
By your most gracious pardon, I sing but after you.
My salad days, when I was green in judgment, cold in blood, to say as I said then. But come away, get me ink and paper. He shall have every day a several greeting, or I'll unpeople Egypt.